Yeah. From the BART train to a tour bus, still the same game except I'm pulling more sluts, more butts, more.
Hey guys, what is up? So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to make a really easy and clean thumbnail that looks really nice and has a cool effect to it, in the sense that it really blends in together really well. So I think you'll enjoy this tutorial. So the first thing you want to do is go to File and click New. Make it 1920 by 1080 pixels. Make sure it's RGB color, and do something from like 150 to 200. I just like 200. And make sure it's transparent, and click OK. So then what you want to do is you want to click File, and you want to click Open, and you want to open a stock pack. Now there are multiple stock packs that you can use. I like to use a specific stock pack. It's by Bear. I don't know if you know him. He's a pretty well-known graphics designer. And also Timper's 4K GFX pack. You can use either one. I like to use Bear's because it has just a bunch more stocks. It's a pure stock pack. And you can use Timper's because it has some color corrections and other things besides just stocks. Man. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to Bear's stock pack. You want to make sure you click that hide. It says hide. Click it, open, and then choose a color scheme. So I haven't made a green thumbnail ever, so let's make a green thumbnail. So let's use this one. So click it, make sure you drag it over, place it right in the middle. Okay, that's fine. That's going to be our base. So everything we do is going to be on top of that. So because of that, we're not going to see this layer very much. However, if you do want to, then choose a different layer. Whatever your base layer is the layer you're not going to see too much. So if you don't really care, then use this one, and then just click Control U and change it around. But I recommend using this as an overlay, which is what we're going to do right now. So you want to make it a green color, and let's see how light this green is. This is kind of dark, so you want something kind of light with a lot of light green. So let's scroll through. That's a pretty solid green. I think that's good. Drag that over and just put it right on top. And then you want to click Overlay, and it'll do that. And you can see it darkened it a lot, so you want to reduce the opacity a bit, just a bit, so you see the striped effect. And it's quite dark, so I want to leave it at like 30% so that it doesn't become too dark in the middle, as you can see. And I think that looks pretty good because it adds a slight striped vector to it. And then you want to just keep scrolling through. I like to use this red blurriness because it adds some hue colors in different places. That's perfect. And so use that to drag it over. It's quite simple. You're literally just dragging over stocks and making them overlays, or just click normal, lower the opacity like that. As you can see, it really looks nice. Maybe use your arrow keys to fine tune it. I think that looks pretty nice. Not kind of vibrant because that's the main part. That's pretty nice. Okay then. So make sure you try to find stocks that you like. This would be pretty nice. I use this in a lot of my banners and thumbnails. So use this, drag it over. And because this is just spots, you want to make an overlay or screen. I think screen will work. Where's this? I'm blind. Yes, and then just reduce the opacity by a lot. And as you can see, it works really nicely. So I think that's good. So this is what we started out with, and then this is what we ended up with. So I think it's pretty nice, So that's all set. The background is nice. It's pretty simple. It's done. Okay. And if you want to add more, then go to Tim Pris's 4K GFX pack, and he'll have more overlays, and these are just displacements you can add, so like stuff like that. And you don't have to choose the color that's given. If you like this pattern, just click Control U. Once select it, click Control U, and then change the hue of it. So we like, ooh, this green is quite nice because it's a turquoise-ish green. I think I'll try to see if this works. Just put it over and make sure it's above everything. And then if you want to make something bigger, make sure it's in the center. Click Control T, click Shift to make the size in the same ratio, but click Shift and Alt if you want to just increase it through the middle, I think, and then click check mark, and then just click overlay. As you can see, it adds a really nice effect, but I did like that original color, so I might just lower the opacity, and I think that looks really nice. We had a dark green before, now it adds a turquoise-ish color to it. I think that's good. So now let's group all of this together. So click on the first layer, click Shift, click on the last layer to group everything, to select everything, sorry, and then click Control G to group everything. Now name this green layer background or whatever colors you chose, and now click new layer. I just like to put a new layer usually because I don't need to, but so click the text. And now we're going to be using the text called DK Sensory Overload, as you can see right there, right here. My mouse will be right over it in the blue. Yeah. So we're going to be using DK Sensory Overload, and I like to use it in 3 columns. So the first, you want to make sure that you grab the attention, so that's going to be in the last column. Then second, you want to also make it eye-catching, so the second layer will be having the same color as the background, and then the first layer will be showing what you're doing. So since this is a how to make a thumbnail, and make sure it's white, the text, so show the color picker here, it'll be right there. When you click text, just click that. So what you want to do first, you want to click here, make sure that it's 50-point font is fine because you can make it bigger and smaller, and DK Sensory Overload, and keep it caps lock because caps lock always looks good for anything. So how to make. So we're doing a how to make, right? And make sure that you select that text, click Control T, make it as almost as wide as the entire thing so you can really see what it is. Okay, so it takes up the entire thumbnail, since what the eye-catching thing here is going to be the text. And then click how to make, then make another layer for text, how to make the best thumbnail, put that in the middle, make that bigger. It's not going to be as wide, so you're going to want to kind of put it downwards a bit in the middle so it's like spaced out properly. If you want, you can even make the how to make bigger just because there's more space, and move that up. Move that down, actually, yeah, and then move thumbnail down, and then finally you want to make another one, the best thumbnail ever. Okay, so put that, Control T, Shift Alt, then make it bigger, just like any other picture. It's just like that. And as you can see, the DK Sensory Overload has a nice brush effect, so it looks really like informal in a way, like casual, but it also still looks really clean, especially with the blending options and the layer style it's going to put. So I recommend putting the text in one group. Remember, click one of the text, click the other one, click Control G, and then going into the group and then choosing each one. So put how to make a bit more up, best thumbnail also a bit more up, and then ever put that in the center kind of, and do that. So as you can see, that's really nice, and I think this could be slightly bigger, not too big. Okay, that's good. And then move ever up a bit. Okay, so you're going to see what we're going to do next. So first thing I want to do is click how to make. This is the easiest one. So right click on your mouse, click blending options, gradient overlay, click this, make sure its angle is 90 degrees and scale is left alone. Opacity is left at 100 and normal is for the blend mode. So click this color and click this and you want to go to a nice green. Wait, no, I'm stupid. No, do not go to a green. You want to click a metallic-ish gray. So something not too metallic, but you can still tell it's slightly metallic and it's a different color from regularly. So I think that's good. That is nice. Yes, you can tell it's kind of metallic because it looks different from this and it's not pure white. Now click the best thumbnail and do the same thing. Go to blending options, click gradient overlay, but now we have to make it green for the eye catching. You know, I think I don't know what shade of green because it's pretty dark, but that's like a blue, but it is eye-catching because it's a different color. And then go to here, the white part, and then click a darker color, something that really gives a metallic look. Yeah, like that. Like that, click OK. Now as you can see, it really gives a metallic look. Now it's okay that you don't really see it fully. That's fine. We're going to be adding some lighting effects later. And then click ever, and then you also want to do blending options, gradient overlay, and this is just going to be from whatever color, green to white. So you want to make it different from that. So I recommend, I don't know, something like that was pretty good. Does that look good? I think that looks pretty good. Maybe you want to choose a whitish green, like that. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty good. But then you want to make this green slightly darker. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so as you can see, this is much brighter. This is the darker part, this is the brighter part. And it looks really clean. I like it a lot. So now the text is done, so you can just click text. Oh, okay. Text. Okay. Now, since we've done everything, we need to do the lighting. So click new layer down here and make sure it's white, and then make sure the other color is black. Okay. So you can switch between the two. So first you want to click new layer, right? You already have. Click this brush icon. So it's going to be first, second, third, seventh icon down if you're in Photoshop CS6, but it should be somewhere just a brush icon. And make sure caps lock is off so you can see the actual wheel, and click control or command minus just to make it easier for you to see everything. And you want to add lighting, so make sure your diameter for the circle is 1000. Circumference is 1000, so put 1000 over here, and make sure about 1/3 of the circle is on the top of the picture. You just want to click once. That adds a lot of light itself, and if you want to be a bit stronger, click a second time. That makes it really strong. So then you want to click opacity, make it go down a bit, something it catches the eye. And then you want to click another layer and do the same thing, but find the shade of green you really like. I'm going to use that one, but it should be kind of dark in the sense that it's going to be different compared to the bottom text, which is exactly why I make it bright, so that when I use the color that's similar to this color, it stands out. So then you want to do the same thing, make sure 1/3 of it is on there. I think that's about good. And then click that. Probably needs a bit more. There we go. And make sure it's under the text layer, like that, so it's underneath. Click Control plus, click on that layer, and then reduce the opacity or opacity, however you want to say it. I think that's pretty good. You can see the difference. It adds a green glow to it, and it's pretty nice. So make this green glow bottom, white glow top. Okay, and then you want to click a new layer, make sure it's black, and then just quickly go to the sides and make sure you do another layer. Okay, do it another time, make sure it's kind of dark around the edges, make sure not to touch the white, and then make sure it's underneath the text. Okay, so it only affects the background, and you want to reduce the opacity of that. And as you can see, it creates a gradient inwards, so it starts really dark and then goes in its light, and that's a pretty drastic change. So it really catches the eye of the lighting, because without the black it's kind of hard to see the white, but once the black is in, you can see the contrast definitely, and it looks really nice. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. As you can see, this thumbnail looks really nice, and we didn't use much from Timpers's pack, but I forgot to add that you can use color corrections, so whichever ones you like, do that. I like this one maybe, so make sure you click that. Sometimes dragging the actual folder to the project doesn't work for me, so just click right on your mouse, click convert to smart object, and it converts this to a smart object, so you can drag it over to your project, and then just put it right in the middle. Click Control T like regularly, and then drag it out. And as you can see, it does add a nice effect to it. It like adds a bluishness to it, and it looks nice. So that's like that protection over your whatever you spray painted, that clear coat. It's something like that, as you can see, because it kind of evens everything out. Because before you could see this green too much, and now everything's kind of like bluish, greenish kind of. So I think it's really good. This is quite an easy style thumbnail to make, and it looks really professional, which is why I like to make them. And I realized that many people, when they make their thumbnails, they always spend a lot of time, and this is a much more easier way to make it. It's very quick, very simple. It doesn't require a lot of knowledge about Photoshop, so it's like your stepping stone to making bigger and better thumbnails. And I only like learned about this myself. Like I kept trying to make thumbnails, and I saw someone used a similar font, and I was like, okay, that's a pretty nice font, what can I do with it? And then I made a thumbnail like this, and I decided to share it with people. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make a really clean thumbnail, and I will be making soon how to make a clean gaming thumbnail, which will be my next video, and hope to see you soon. Yeah!